you excited to start it? I know you just mentioned you were angry at what was happening at the time. So what other emotions were you having when you were starting Farfa?
I mean, I think I was just so outraged. I still remember very vividly conversation with one farmer at the very first public meeting around this. And he was a produce farmer, but he was there because they had just gotten 2 pet goats for his young daughters. And he had tears in his eyes. And he was like, if this goes through, he goes, I'll still be a farmer. I'm a produce farmer. I can do it. He goes, I'm going to have to tell my girls they can't have their goats.
That's heartbreaking. Yeah.
And he was so heartbroken. And I knew, and I mean, we were livestock farmers, and I was sitting there watching our young lambs be born and thought about, this will be gone. We can't do this. And so many stories like that. And I couldn't believe that the interests of the big agribusiness really were so dominant that they would do this.
Mm-hmm. And so what were some of those barriers, for that farmer not to be able to keep those goats or the baby lambs? What did it entail?
So there were a lot of different barriers, and the importance of them varied from farmer to farmer. The first step was you were going to be required to register your property with the government. And for some farmers, that privacy was a non-starter to begin with. But then in practical terms, you literally had to ID each animal. You'd have to register, get this 14-digit unique number for each animal, put an electronic tag on the animal. Chickens, you got just a wing tag, not electronic. Thank you. You then had to report all of the movement. So if you took the animal off the property to the vet, whenever you processed an animal, if a coyote carried off a chicken, all of these reports, which would include fees with every report, because there were these quote nonprofits like American Farm Bureau who were going to manage the databases and make money off of them. And again, all the time you're paying all of these fees and doing all of this paperwork, the big guys basically had almost nothing they needed to do.
Because the chickens never left their house.
They have a 10,000 bird barn, and it would get actually a group ID number. They just had a ABC group ABC 1 2 3, and they're done.